detecting movement on the other side of this wall.
Let go of me, bub! Hulk smash ugly sideburns!
Well, I've already reviewed the console version of this game. As the rest of the world lost their minds over it, I was like, it's alright. It sure is big. See, the problem is, I don't really know a lot about Marvel, right? I'm not really a comic book guy. So everything that makes this game so freaking amazing to Marvel fans just goes right over my head. Just like Spider-Man on his cute little ropes.
Ha! Can you and the other Avengers track him down? I gotta do dishes, homework, explain to my girlfriend why I am always leaving her waiting at coffee places. I mean, my life is really hard.
Well, there's one thing I do know, and that's that the LEGO games are never as good on handhelds as they are on home consoles. And that trend continues with this one. The other version of this game, huge, gorgeous, great presentation, classic LEGO gameplay. This one, small, linear, not as gorgeous, freaking compressed cutscenes. Looks like the Hulk sat on them.
All right! I let these bigwigs go! Once you bring me some of those... cosmic bricks!
Why didn't they make me the supervisor here? That guy's got sand for brains.
Frankly, LEGO Marvel Superheroes arrives on the Nintendo 3DS with the expectation that it's going to be the B version of this game. It doesn't seem terribly interested in shattering those expectations. Instead, it just fits comfortably on the 3DS as another decent LEGO game that's not as good as the console game, but come on, don't be picky, it's just a handheld. That about sum it up? But you know, to be fair, this is kind of its own game, right? It even has its own subtitle, LEGO Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. If you consider it on its own merits, forgetting how much better its console cousin happens to be, this is actually a pretty fun game. They took Marvel superheroes and they condensed it into these perfect little handheld bites. So yes, it's a lot more linear and the open world aspects are gone, but if you're looking for some of that classic LEGO gameplay on the go, it at least delivers on that basic promise. Of course, there are exceptions, one of them being there's definitely less of the LEGO building in this one. You're still breaking LEGO things and collecting all the scattered studs, but there's a lot less places where you can actually build things from those broken pieces. And that's a huge element of the console game, but it's definitely lacking here. This one's much simpler and more focused on the combat. The good thing is that the game still encourages multiple playthroughs. In fact, if you want to find all the stuff and get to all the areas, you have to play them multiple times and with multiple characters. So that element of the game is very much intact on the 3DS. The only catch is there's definitely less stuff. It's nowhere near as massive as the console version. And about that presentation, this isn't a bad-looking game, but the cutscenes they're kind of inexcusable. If they're gonna look that bad, why even include them at all? In fact, they're not even in 3D, so there's really no point in having them on the 3DS. They just look terrible. They really drive home the point that this is definitely the B game. Maybe it's C+. The C stands for compression. On the one hand, you have to give the game credit. I mean, there's no way it can be the game it is on consoles, so it doesn't try to be. It goes its own route. It's actually pretty successful. This is a smaller, more linear, and more bite-sized version of a really good game, which means, as a handheld game, this is also a really good game. But if you can only get one of them, go with the other one. LEGO Marvel Superheroes may be pretty good for what it is, but it still can't hold an adamantium blade to its console cousin.